Hi, I'm Jen from Rustic Rehabs. Today I'm partnering with Goodwill's Second Chance Studio to turn this broken clock into this gorgeous piece of pumpkin floral decor. I'm here today to show you how I made this one and inspire you to make one of your own or something else crafty from the Goodwill. I paint furniture and upcycle decor for a living. When I walk into a Goodwill, I see it bursting with opportunity, and I kind of look at it like a craft store full of raw materials. Then I take it back and I turn it into something else and sell it in my shop. So Goodwill asked me to show you how I do what I do so that we can inspire you to look at everything in the Goodwill with a little different eye. When going through my recent Goodwill hauls, I looked at what would work good to make this project. I'd seen someone else make a pumpkin like this, and I just needed to figure out what I had that I could do it. And I found this clock that I'd bought a couple of months ago and intended to fix, but decided it was a good raw material to turn into my pumpkin decor. I'm painting it white on the base so it gives a really good background for the transparent paper, and while that's happening, we're going to paint our pumpkin. First, I'm hacking it in half using the only tools I have. I really wish I would have brought my electric knife that's used once a year to cut a turkey. I heard those work really well for foam pumpkins, so be careful. Now that I've got my pumpkin in half, I am taking a piece of recycled decoupage paper, which is something I use and sell in my shop. This one's called Grungy Floral. I think it's going to give the perfect effect. I grabbed liquid patina. You could use Mod Podge or another decoupage medium. Put on a good coat and then laid down my paper. This is going to make a gorgeous fall background for the pumpkin with florals we're going to create. I'm giving it a gentle mist because that's going to help it to give it a little flexibility, and then I'm hitting it with a brayer. Then I'm going over it with my decoupage medium again. The key to good decoupage is don't make it too wet. You don't want things ripping until you get to the end here where I am scoring it with my brush. Most people wait till the next day and then take a sand block and hit it at a 45-degree angle. I'm a little impatient, and so I decided to score it and rip it. That can work in your favor, or it could go dangerously wrong by ripping too much. So just keep that in mind. Here I am painting weathered wood and prairie gray, which are a couple of gorgeous browns to make my pumpkin. The paints I'm using have a lot of clay in them, so they stick really well to anything. If you try an acrylic paint, you may not have as easy of time, so just keep that in mind. I love to use chalk paint for stuff like this because it just covers in one or two coats. As it dries, it gets lighter and lighter, and that's why they call it chalk paint, because it does look so very chalky. While that's drying, I am adding a little bit of weathered wood to the rough edge of this old clock. And here's where we're at when it's dry and waiting for the next step. To seal the chalk paint, I am using some clear wax from DIY. It's natural, has no smell. It's pretty awesome. This step is of course optional if you're using an acrylic paint or some sort of latex paint that has a top coat built in. Then we head in with a lot of hot glue and we're grabbing some florals. The florals I use are ones I sell in my shop. You can get great florals at Goodwill if you keep consistently checking, buy them off season, and keep them in your little stockpile until you have a craft in mind. Adding some regular glue, this is Type On Quick and Thick, and then I'm going to do some hot glue around the edges to make sure that puppy sticks. I also am hot gluing on the pieces here and there in the florals to make sure they don't go anywhere. I envision this on a wall, or it could even go on a door if you want to make a really grand statement instead of a wreath. We're not going minimalist here, people. We are filling this puppy up so that it is a grand show of harvest, fall, all the beautiful things about autumn. And the fun part is you decide. You could make the pumpkin orange and put in bright florals. It's up to you. I'm just here to show you one way. And then my favorites is this little Luna floral that is white with a little bits of brown on it. And I just love how it drapes over the sides. So I layered a few of those in, and then I think we're looking good. A tip I heard years ago when it comes to staging and or doing florals is you need a thriller, a spiller, and a filler. So I'm doing a lot of the wheat kind of things as my filler, And then the Cosmos that stick up high, they're kind of a thriller. And then the Spiller, which is also a thriller, is this little Luna that hangs over the edges that I adore. As they say on the playground, it's your turn to take this inspiration and turn it into your piece. I would love for you to show us too. Come back on the video and drop a picture and show us what you've made. And remember, every time you walk into a Goodwill, it's full of possibilities. Just look at what things could be instead of necessarily what they are, and your brain will be buzzing. Thanks for watching. Please give us a thumbs up and give Goodwill and me a follow so you can see everything that we're doing together. It's been great. Take care.